What is up? Need for Speed Racers. It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with Billion Dollar Builds, episode 5, where I build every car in Need for Speed Unbound in every class that it fits in. So no matter what car you want to drive, in any class that you think it fits, I've got the best build for you. Today we're driving the C10 Chevy Stepside, but with my body kit, it's no longer a Stepside. Anyway, we've got it in B class through S+. Yeah! And it's going to be a lot of fun today. I've made some subtle changes from the last time I did a build on this truck. Let's dig into it. Let me show you what we've got, and we'll just go to work. B class is where we start today. For the performance, you are using the stock engine, the 4.6 liter V8, 175 brake horsepower. That is the iron basic engine. For the parts, this is where we make a couple of changes, and I'll explain them. You're going to do Elite Platinum Induction. You're going to do Sport Bronze ECU, Sport Bronze Fuel System, Iron Basic Exhaust, and you're going to pair all of that up with the Elite Platinum Screw Supercharger. You're going to do Elite Platinum Nitrous, because we had a little extra points to play with, Elite Platinum Road Suspension, Elite Platinum Brakes. It's the only time you'll see those until we get to S+. And then you get to run Elite Platinum Grip Tires, Elite Platinum Clutch, and then you're going to run the stock Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission paired up with the Elite Platinum Diff. Now that being said, it's a 20% grip build because I changed a few things. So guys, you can run just the Sport Bronze if you want to save a couple of bucks. Auxiliaries, whatever. If you're going to equip them, cool. Just make sure you reset them before you drive the truck. Otherwise, they're not active. I do have a video on the channel describing that. So if you're not going to do that, save your money. Don't even buy the aux. Handling. 20% grip on this one is the only way I could cram all of this horsepower into this build, because the moment you go any higher than that, it puts it all the way into A 189 or above. It's kind of finicky on this one, so 20% grip is the sweet spot. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. You do you, Pikachu. You can put that anywhere you like. And the downforce, you need to run it all the way high. If you are anywhere else, it's going to be A class, 190, 178, 185. It bounces all over the place, but it's all A class. If you have the downforce all the way high, you can get that B class 152. Traction control is off. Drift entry is brake tap. What that does is it sets this C10 Stepside up for the most power and the highest top speed that I can cram into it for B class. 130 is that top speed. The moment you take this truck above that, it takes it right out of the class. We have 507 on your horsepower and 670 on the torque. It's not bad. It's got a little more power than the original B class build we had. It's still not super competitive, but we made some adjustments. It was 60% grip in the last build. We took a little bit of grip away to cram a little more horsepower in it. And in B class, that's pretty manageable, so I think that this isn't too bad. And I find that it micro drifts a little bit better that way. So overall, not a bad way to go. Honestly, if you're driving it at B class, you're probably not looking to be super meta anyway. But this definitely gets it done. So it being a cheese build, that 130 is the hard or the cap for that top speed. That's why we get the nitrous and the brakes and the clutch. It gets it done. B class is alright. Let's move on to A. A class, we've got a little more horsepower. It's a little more competitive. It's definitely not going to win any records, but if you've got a good driver mod installed and you've watched the videos, you'll be definitely competitive in the pub lobbies. Most of the pubs don't watch my videos, and so they don't know what's good. So all of you guys do know what's good, and I appreciate you for watching. Like the video if you haven't yet. That helps me out a ton. You really don't know how much that helps me out. Unless you're a content creator, then you definitely do. That being said, guys, we are driving the first engine. It is the Iron Basic 175 brake horsepower, 4.6 liter V8. Parts, it is Sport Bronze Induction. It is Elite Platinum ECU. It is Iron Basic Fuel System and Sport Bronze Exhaust. We pair all that with the Elite Platinum Screw Supercharger to get all of that torque. And then you're going to run Sport Bronze Nitro, Elite Platinum Road Suspension, and then you do get to put free brakes in here. It costs you no points, so slap in the Sport Bronze brakes. And then you're going to run Elite Platinum Grip Tires. We are gripping in ripping in this boy right here. And then Iron Basic Clutch. We could not put a better clutch in this one, so guys, make it work, but it's still the 3-speed transmission, so you'll be alright. Like I said, Sport Bronze, 3-speed, first transmission, keep it. Everything else takes it well into A+. And then we are running the Elite Platinum differential to get the most out of that handling slider. You definitely need the Elite diff in this build to get that 60% grip. Auxiliaries, whatever, just make sure you refresh them if you do equip them. Handling, slide the slider all the way to the left, full Beyonce on this one, it is 60% grip. Steering sensitivity, that is you, do whatever you like. I run 2 clicks high. And then downforce is the last 3 clicks. So from center, you click over 1, 2, 3, and then it's the last 3 right there. You can do anything you like with it. So I just go 3 clicks over, call it a day. Traction control is off. Drift entry, I run brake tap. That is the A209 C10 Stepside. 140 is your top speed. It does a skosh better than that with Redline Tech. 660 for your horsepower and 842 on your torque. It's pretty powerful. It definitely gets it done. Nothing crazy, but overall, it's on short tracks, it does okay. So if you guys are looking to run the truck and go stomp some pub lobbies, this is the best that I can bring you in. It does get it done okay. All right, let's get spicy and let's go into A+. A+ is a spicy one. There's a lot of power crammed into this. Downside is it still runs the 3-speed, so you've got to get out of second gear, click into third, and then it kind of wakes up and you got enough power to it kind of turns into a bit of a rocket ship, but it takes a minute to turn into that rocket ship. So a little moody on the slow end, but then once you click in, it starts going. All right, let's do the build. The engine that we're running on this one is the 6th engine over. So you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the 7.0 liter V12. That is the Super Gold engine. 820 brake horsepower when we start, and we add quite a bit from there. For the parts, it's Elite Platinum, all of it for your first 5. So Elite Platinum induction, ECU, fuel system, and exhaust. So just buy it all, you guys. And then we do run the Elite Platinum Sentry in this build. The reason we ran the Sentry is because it has the highest Redline Tech potential. It says 163 is the top speed. With Redline Tech, this will do over 170. Mind you, in A+ class, that's right middle of the road. It's not going to win any speed races, but it at least keeps it in competitiveness. You're not driving this car to be meta, so this is the best way that I can build it to still keep it competitive and have enough power to make the 3-speed work, because as soon as we add any of the other transmissions, it just goes way out of the class. You do get a free bottle of nitrous, so in this case you're going to run Pro Silver NOS. We always run that Elite Platinum road suspension if it'll fit. Sometimes we make adjustments, but in this case we're definitely running that. And then you get free brakes, so run that Sport Bronze brakes. And then you're going to run Elite Platinum grip tires, as I like to do. We're full grippy them out here. Iron Basic clutch, no room for another one. And then we still run that Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission. Like I said, the moment you look at it with a 4-speed, we're talking S+. And so we skip a whole class just by adding another transmission to it. So this is like the most power we can cram into the 3-speed and still keep it in A+ class. It's pretty spicy. You got to have your driver mod installed to make it work, and you kind of need to know what tracks to run it on, but honestly, you could pretty much run this in a majority of the A+ tracks, and if you know how to drift, you know how to get your micro drifts, it does all right, and it's pretty fast on the big end. We do run the Elite Platinum differential, that way you get the most out of that handling slider, and then auxiliaries, as always, up to you guys if you even decide to put them on there. For the handling, slide the slider all the way to the left, 60% grip. Steering sensitivity, that is you, do whatever you like. Downforce is 3 clicks from the high end is where I like, but honestly guys, you can run this kind of a couple different spots. You can run 3 clicks low, you can run it in the middle. Basically, anywhere you would like, it'll still be in the class and be pretty comfortable there. So if you want to try to have a little bit more rowdy truck, but a little bit better on the big end, run it a couple of clicks low and you'll be happy there. Traction control off, drift entry, that is brake tap. That is the A+ 269, nice. C10 Chevy Stepside, it says 163. Redline Tech will take you to well above 170. I think 173 is about the most I can get out of it on a straightaway. 1236 on that horsepower and 858 on your torque. If you don't know what Redline Tech is, I'll break it down really quick. When you are just full speed, full throttle on the trigger, it'll bounce off the rev limiter. When it's bouncing, your top speed becomes whatever the lowest part of the bounce is. And so if it, goes high and then bounces back, wherever that low spot is on the bounce, that's kind of like your new top speed. So the trick is to get to top speed and then slowly let off the throttle to where you're inching that needle all the way to where it's about to bounce but doesn't. So that way you're holding it at the very highest end of the RPM, and it allows you to get that top speed up higher without actually having it bounce and lower the top speed back down. So you can get, in some cars, 10 or 15 mile an hour out of them, and it's a really good way to get a little bit more edge on your competition and get more top speed out of some of these vehicles. This one works really well with it, especially with the Sentry installed. That is A+. Guys, it's not too bad. I really rather enjoy the setup on the truck. Let me show you what we have for S. All right, please pay attention, my friends. For S class, there's a trick to get it to fit with this build. People miss it all the time. You're in my comments, oh, Cornnut, my car is S Plus 330. You made a mistake. The build's different. They have updated the game. I can't follow instructions. It's really hard. You're an idiot. Okay, but my brothers in Christ, stay with me. I'm going to teach you a really cool trick to get a 58% grip setup as opposed to 5% jumps. I'll show you how to skosh a little 3% in there, and it's great. So let's do it. We'll work together on this one. Please help me, help you, help everyone. We can do this. I know you guys can do this. I'm going to go nice and slow when we get there. All right. The engine that we run in S class, there was a couple different ones. This has got the most horsepower, but a lot less torque. This truck with a lot of torque gets really rowdy, and I mean, you'll just be mid-corner and it'll just decide to step out on you, and you're drifting, and you're not micro-drifting, and you're dead. So with the last engine over, which is the Elite Platinum, 1035 brake horsepower, 6.3 liter V12, not the 6.5 hybrid, but the 6.3 liter V12, the last one. That's the engine I like to use for this build. I originally did a lot of testing with this truck when we were first building it, and I found that when we started adding lots and lots of torque, it really made it so rowdy that it was very hard to control. And so this is kind of that happy medium. Lots of horsepower, but not so much torque that it kills you. You guys build whatever you want, but this is the one for sure. Parts, Elite Platinum, all of it. So you're doing Elite Platinum induction, ECU, fuel system, exhaust, and then put the Elite Platinum screw supercharger in it. Elite Platinum bottle of nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension. Now the brakes, you have to go iron basic brakes for this to work. Elite Platinum grip tires like we do, iron basic clutch, and then we are staying with that Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission. As soon as we put any of the other trannies in this truck, it just takes it so far out of the class, it makes it just not worth. So we run the 3-speed again. Elite Platinum differential, you have to have it for this trick to work. Make sure you buy it. And then auxiliary, they don't work anyway unless you reset them. So cool, great game, Criterion. Please fix your game. I know you won't. You don't watch my videos. If you did, we'd fix a lot of things together. Hire me. We'll fix things together, I promise. All right, so here's the deal. Go to your handling. If you max out your handling slider and you go 60% grip, which is what I want you to do, it's going to take you to S plus 330. Steering sensitivity, whatever, downforce all the way high. So we are full grip, 60%, downforce all the way up. You're looking at an S plus 330 build. Now, to get it to fit in the class, the trick, go back into your parts, go from the Elite Platinum road suspension, buy the Super Gold suspension. You'll see that we just went from S plus 330, now we are S class 329, and we have 58% grip. Now that you've purchased that and it's brought down our handling slider just a little bit, go back and re-equip the Elite Platinum suspension and touch nothing. Now you have Elite Platinum parts, you have 58% grip, and an S class 329 build. There's nobody else in the world of Need for Speed that is teaching you guys this. We were the first ones to bring it to you. It is an awesome trick, and it's something that I got to give a shout out to my boys on, because the Cornnut crew really developed this, and we did it very, very early on, and there's really nobody else that stumbled upon it or brought it to you guys, and I'm just omega proud of my boys for bringing this to me. Shout out to NikKapa. He is like the man, the myth, the legend in the garage, and I wouldn't have nearly as many good builds as I do right now without his help for sure. So thanks to him, and this is a great trick, you guys. You can use it on a lot of different cars if you're just hurting for that last little Scotia performance. Works great. That is going to be S-Class 329. It says 191 for your top speed. It'll do a little bit better than that, which is not too bad for S-Class. 1419 on your horsepower, which is a butt ton, and you're going to utilize a lot of that, especially once you click into third. 894 for your torque. Like I say, a little bit less torque than some of the other engine builds I could put on this one, but it handled the best, was the most predictable, and I liked it the most. So that's what you guys get. Overall, this is pretty sturdy. I really like it at S-Class, and with that little trick to do the suspension, that 58% grip is something really special. Not a lot of people do that, so go back and rewatch it. Basically just build it out, full downforce, full grip, and then go back, buy gold, and then re-equip the elites, and then just don't touch anything else, and it'll be right there, S329. Alright, you guys, let's go unhinged and get into S+.
Yeehaw! Nothing says S plus like a bunch of ponies for no phonies. We out here, we got so much power, we dust every one of those rice rockets with these kids that don't understand the meaning of America. Got the American flag, we got it all. We out here, we smoking our Marlboro lights because we care about our health. Everything is perfect. Let's dig into it. We got so much power crammed in this ride right here. We have the light bars, so that way when we out in the fields, we can see them cows before we run over them. It's all good. For the engine we're running in this one, it is the 5th engine over. It is the 2.0 liter inline 4, the hybrid. The reason we're using that hybrid is because that man Leon with the Tesla, he gave us the battery packs, and that's some science shit right there that just crams the power, so we have instant power, lots of torque, lots of ponies, freedom. Let's go. All right. After we get that done in there, it is Elite Platinum, all of it, because we used our stimulus package to get as much out of this truck as we possibly can. So it's Elite Platinum, all of it. You put the screw supercharger in there so you can get screwing when you're trucking, you're fucking, you know what I'm saying, boy? We get out here, we get the Elite Platinum nitrous, little bit of squeeze, so that way when you are dusting these fools in the quarter mile, that 1320, you just getting away from them, no problem at all. Those guys in those Lambos don't have no clue what we can do out here. We've got so much goddamn freedom. We have the Elite Platinum road suspension, the Elite Platinum brakes, so that way we can stop on a dime and talk to our bitches. What's up, girl? I got room for you. I got room for your friend. We got plenty of room back here. I got a cattle trailer in the back if you got any more friends. It's all good. We got the Elite Platinum grip tires. We have the Elite Platinum clutch because we want to make sure we shifting so smooth, because we are cramming the 6-speed transmission. More gears, more freedom, more speed. Let's go. Speed, speed, speed. All about that freedom. We have got the Elite Platinum differential because you know you need it. You need to get as much of the slider as possible because that's more freedom for you. Everything is crammed in there. It's all good. You slide the slider all the way to the left, and then down here you go all the way to the left, so that way you have low downforce, more speed, low handling, more grip. Everything is just there. It's perfect. Traction control off, drift engine brake tap, whatever the hell you want to do there. Top horsepower is 1313. Perfect. Almost a quarter mile. 1 horsepower for every foot. Almost. 1319 on the torque because we got enough to pull the cattle trailer and the family in the back with the camper on the back of that. Everything you need. It is all the parts. It is perfect. It's got all of it. I bought every engine in the goddamn video game for you guys, and I'll go through all of them right here. As you can see, only thing that's got more horsepower is that V12, but it doesn't have the power of Leon behind it, so we can get them battery packs in there, because that man behind Tesla, he knows. He builds them rocket ships, you know what I'm saying?
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't. I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.